Everyone, talofa. All right, so I did my study on the effects of music on one's performance of aerobic exercise. And so the main definitions here are aerobic exercise in music. Aerobic exercise is termed as exercise performed at moderate levels of intensity for long, short periods of time, which is like running, bicycling, anything that is cardio more. Music, it represents or expresses individuality of the participant. It motivates the participant or adds excitement to the atmosphere. It can also be inspirational to some people, most people, or even motivational. Some previous research that I found interesting concerning this topic, one by these researchers of Yamashita, Iwai, Akimoto, Sugawara, and Kono in 2006. They experimented whether listening to music would have any effect upon the rate at which participants performed during aerobic exercise. And so their results revealed that listening to music did elicit significant increases in distance traveled when compared to the control condition of no music. And the second study by Chakravarthi and Sinransan in 2014, they studied to verify, experiment, and analyzed and understand the enhancing of aerobic performance through the use of music. Results found a slightly higher exercise workload was completed by participants when listening to music, progressing from slower to faster pace. So the importance of the study and why I did this was that one by Koch and Kerset in 2009, they stated that music has been used to enhance the psychological state of the participants, to establish an effective mindset, to sustain motivation, and to resist mental and emotional fatigue. And it may even facilitate physical and athletic performance. And so I really related to that a lot because when I listen to music, I really just kind of just zone out, and I really related to the helps physical and athletic performance and resist mental and emotional fatigue. Because when you're exercising, you kind of focus just on the pain of why you're doing this, why did I choose to run. But when you're listening to music, or when I do, I can kind of just listen to the song or kind of just think about what I'm going through that day and kind of just zone out and just keep going. And so I wanted to expand that more on a cultural aspect and research the effects of music during aerobic exercise among Pacific Islanders, more specifically Tongans and Samoans. And so my hypothesis is listening to music while performing an aerobic workout will help individuals feel more motivated to go longer than anticipated, and therefore providing an ergogenic aid to perform better and exert more energy. And then my second hypothesis was that not listening to music during an aerobic workout will lessen the participant's motivation to go longer. And they're both compared among Tongans and Samoans. My independent variables were, of course, music and then no music, and Tongans and Samoans. And my dependent variable was my participants' emotions during their aerobic exercise, or their motivation and what they felt during their workout. So how I went about this, my method, my participants were a total of 90, so 45 Tongans, 45 Samoans. My goal was 100, but by the time it was up, I gathered 90. They all attended the Western University, private Western University. Their second language, I wanted them to have it as English and directly from their home island of Tonga, Samoa. I excluded those who were not from, directly from their island or their first language was English, because I wanted to try to gain a more pure result, even though there's a lot of Tongans and Samoans who are from the mainland who speak it, but I kind of just wanted to try to focus on those who are from the island, who are more familiar with it and not Americanized in any way like I am. So my procedure was to recruit them through the culture clubs and personally, and using the snowball effect as well. Then as they worked out, I invited them to fill out the Brunel University Mood Scale, which is known as BRUMS, to measure their mood post-workout compared to listening to music and not listening to music. The survey, the BRUMS survey, was measured on a 5-point Likert scale from 1 to 5, obviously from not at all to extremely. It had a total of 42 questions and broken into different emotions to measure post-workout performance with and without music. There was 5 subscales of different sections of emotions it was focusing on. The first one was appropriate mental focus, And a couple examples was clear mind and feeling zoned in. So they would measure each of these emotions on a 5-point Likert scale. Second was confident. They felt fearless or courageous. They had self-belief in themselves. Positive emotional state. They felt mentally tough, or they're feeling happy. Psyched up. They felt motivated. They felt pumped up, and relaxed. And so they felt calm and no worries about what was the workout. So a repeated measure analysis of variance was used to gather to the statistical evidence that overall listening to music has a significant effect on exercise performance on an individual's workout, with a p-value of 0.00 and across both ethnicities and genders with an error of less than 2%, which I found very interesting because it didn't show that there was much of a difference between Samoans or Tongans, but that overall listening to music helped them both. And if you ask a Samoan or Tongan, they're like, well, I'm different from them, or we're different, we're very different, but we're more similar than we think. So I first thought that was kind of amusing. And each of the subscales were very statistically significant, which was great. And through this graph here, we see that this is the graph showing those who listen to music, which they first felt very positive, which was great results for me to see, that they felt positive during their workout, that they knew that they could do this. And then second, along with that, was they felt confident. And then they felt psyched up, they felt motivated. And then, which was interesting for me, was that they felt relaxed. Because usually after workout, I'm kind of more just like tired and feeling gross. And they just felt like relaxed, calm, and everything. I'm like, that's interesting. And the last one was they felt focused, they didn't feel focused. And so, which is kind of the opposite for me, because I feel more focused when I listen to music than kind of any of these things. So it was really a really interesting thing to see and to analyze. And so this is taken from Statistica. This is just to show that the number of observations or participants and the 5-point Likert scale, that as it continued, more people, obviously it showed that they felt more positive, confident, and psyched up, and then relaxed and then focused. So just throughout the whole process. And then the 2 key was done as well throughout the 90 participants, and that was significant. So my discussion, overall what I learned and gathered from doing this was that listening to music during exercise allows participants to sustain motivation and energy. Simple adaptations such as listening to music can cause participants more enjoyment of exercise and help them endure longer than anticipated during their workout. And what I also learned is that Tongans and Samoans have successful workouts when listening to music, and these findings have showed listening to music is an effective ergogenic aid for physical performance. So if you're looking for a tool to help you, have a better workout, or to help you lose more weight, I don't know, just something to help you feel more motivated to work out, from what these results have shown, that listening to music can help you have that aid and help you feel that motivation. Some future considerations that I thought of while doing this study that would be more interesting and show more interesting results was because Tongans and Samoans are very similar, using 2 different cultures to maybe compare and contrast and to see if there really was a significant difference. Another would be testing different genres of music, comparing hip hop to rock or classical to rap. Just something different to see if there's different effects of that, or maybe even listening to talks, church talks, or motivational speakers during their workout. Another would be greatly beneficial was to have a bigger sample size because of the timing that we had. It didn't gather as much as I would want. So maybe they'll show a broader range of the population and a great significant increase of that. And so these are my references, and then thank you.